Hello, good night. How are you?
Hello, Gali.
How is everything going?
Usually I am trying to
Arrive
provide from
home.
home. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. I guess that Nicolas also, right? Are you having the same issues that Paula?
Hello,
Driving,
Gali. Good evening.
driving back home?
Sí, justo me cae en el horario de vuelta.
Yeah, no worries. It's okay. So we have a lot of things to talk tonight. First of all, I want to know if the exercise that we would have tomorrow is clear for all of you or not.
No, I didn't see the video, so I'm going to
No.
see it tonight.
Yeah.
Like yesterday.
Yeah, it's just a little bit about the history of Bolivia. You know that they didn't have like direct access to the sea or to the ocean, and that affects a lot of commerce relationships and taxes and etc. So that video is like really short, and they kind of explain what happened and at some point of the history of Bolivia. So the idea is like with that information, like all of you stay in a context of an international arbitration, and that each of you are defending the interest of the country, right? Of course, that Nicolas won't represent Bolivia because you will have an advantage. So for that reason, I changed a little bit the roles. And the idea is basically that if you want to study, have data, it's just up to you. If you don't want it, and just do the improvisation process, I am agree with both cases. But basically, is that I need that you save or keep your time for tomorrow. We will have the largest session. We will manage the 45 minutes, and I need like to be online and with your camera and etc. So if you prefer, we can do it a little bit late and or maybe early, whatever that sounds better for you. Maybe you can stay in your office or something, or I don't have any idea. We need to have an agreement. But the idea is like you have the opportunity to show and discuss arguments and create the controversial act, depending on the point of view that you want to defend. Okay, all right. So that is the plan for tomorrow.
Okay, Gali, I would be happy if we do the debate later at night,
Yeah.
around 9:15. I could be with my camera on and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know about my colleagues.
Yeah. I don't know, Paula.
Yeah, I can do it. Actually, in Ecuador is like 8:15, I think so. So I can.
Yeah.
I
Do you
can.
think that 8:30 is so early for Nicolas? What do you think? 8:30 sonaría bien para Nicolás o tendrías inconveniente.
Sí, Gali, yo me acomodo también al horario de todos.
Yeah, because
El problema es que justo a esta hora yo vuelvo de la oficina y me toca acomodar y todo.
yeah, I can imagine. But the thing is like we need to take into account Carla, but also I need to leave the city at night on Friday because you know that I am going to the other refugee. And all the team is waiting for me until I finish the lesson. And I want to sound like, yes, we can go out here at 11. I don't want to sound rude with them. But also, dame un segundo. Tú sabes, no, tú tranqui, tú sabes cuánto tiempo yo tengo señal de internet hasta que salimos de Santa Cruz. ¿40 minutos? Yeah, the other thing is like I can just, ¿y hay buena señal?
Hay señal. En los videos no creo que pueda transmitir.
We can try at some point if I need like to live with them or something. I can just put my phone and I want to listen. But it's just an exercise. But I guess that if we start at 8:30, we will finish before we leave. I guess that 8:30 is a good time. 8:30 y la vez pasada me esperaron como hasta las 10, algo así.
But in
Eh,
Ecuador, it's like 7:30, I think so. So maybe I can't.
You can't, you are working or driving?
Driving.
Yeah. We can, you know what? We can, as we have like different things, we can manage it. Manuel, you arrive your home. We can manage it without as right now. We can manage it with video. If you can with video, nice. If not, but for example, if no, perfect. Now we can. Ahora vamos a discutir. La cuestión es que yo tengo que salir de Santa Cruz mañana en la noche. Ellos esperan hasta que yo termine mi clase. Nicolás dice que a las 9 de la noche en Bolivia, 9:30, no recuerdo.
9.
A las 9, sí, súper.
Sí, por favor.
Vamos a dedicar 45 minutos a la sesión de mañana. Hola Carla, bienvenida. Estamos tomando decisiones. Entonces, como tenemos que dedicar 45 minutos, Paula, ¿qué hora Bolivia sonaría bien para ti?
Las 8. Las 8 está bien.
Súper.
Sí.
Y Carla, yo no me acuerdo la diferencia horaria que tenemos con México.
Es una hora ahora. Por ejemplo, ahorita son las 7:12, entonces con ustedes sería una hora menos.
¿Crees que a las 8:30 de mañana sería una buena hora para ti?
8:30 hora
la noche.
Bolivia,
De Bolivia.
pero hora Bolivia, 7:30 para mí, sí. Es como esta hora más o menos, ¿no?
Y entonces Paula o Nicolás, que por ejemplo se demoran un poquito más en llegar a casa, el debate lo dividimos para que comience Carla, por ejemplo, que es la que puede entrar con video. ¿Sí? Y a partir de ahí comenzamos. La idea es que tengamos 10 minutos de speech, o sea, tanto Carla, Paula y Nicolás, y luego unos 5 minutos para el contrapunteo, el contrainterrogatorio es lo que manejaríamos en técnica, pero para en este caso es como para una exposición de argumentos finales y cerrar. O sea, son los mismos 15 minutos de la speaking call, pero esos 5 minutos finales son de estrategia dependiendo de lo que dijeron las otras partes, ¿verdad? Entonces no sé si suene bien eso para ustedes o no. Y si extendemos unos 15 minutos más para que Nicolás tenga tiempo de llegar, digamos que no tendría ningún problema. Bajo la claridad de que si en algún momento nosotros arrancamos, yo me voy con el teléfono así en el carro mientras vamos saliendo de la ciudad. No sé si les parece bien. ¿Qué opinan, Nicolás?
It's okay for me.
Nice.
Yes, let's do it.
That's nice. If you want to check information about treaties and etc., it's up to you, but it's not necessary. I just want to see, even when we have these improvisation exercises, it's better because you can start to take advantage about your strategies or how we can deal with one topic as that. What is your argument about, I don't know, the treaty commerce, the statistics, everything that you want to mention. It's up to you, even if it's a lie, you know? I don't care. For example, in part of the argument, you can say something like, Bolivia is losing any thousands of dollars per year because they need to pay for these fees or these taxes. I don't care if that information is true or not. I want to know and I want to see how you manage or what kind of proofs you can present to your partners. Because just by the information of Carla, an arbitration process is the same, like follow the same codes and guidelines that one trial in front of the judge. But the difference is like the parties pay to one neutral agent, and that person or that persons or people, they take decisions, but it's paid, right? and they make sure to be neutral. So basically, it's like a private process, and it's faster and have like more benefits. I guess that we discussed this. Some like the huge companies, they just travel for do an arbitration process in other country, even if they need to afford it some taxes, because that or taxes or expenses, because it's cheaper at the end, because they'll take like 5 years as a normal process takes two months or something. They solve the issue and then they continue making business and etc. So glad to know that, to hear that. We almost officially finished, and the exercise will be amazing because you will push yourself to find some strategies, especially the last 5 minutes, and to take into account what one part or other choose. It was really hard to find the topic because I need like 3 agents. I need like Carla and etc. get involved. The one that is representing Peru, I guess that is the one that needs to have more creativity about how they will create intervention, like what kind of benefits this country want to represent, talking about money, about political ways, about. So I know that you will have fun. Don't see it like an annoying exercise. See it as opportunity to learn. And I am just will listen. I take all the scores, and your scores are really high because yeah, I really appreciate. So no worries. What other thing? Today we have the test. So I don't know if you want to do it now or later when Paula and Nicolas arrived home. I don't have any problem. Today we will discuss a really random topic, but it's also so important. That is the marketing for lawyers. Of course, that Carla will apply it to your profession. Tell me.
I have a question. Maybe
Tell me.
can I take the lesson today, but early? Like I don't know, maybe 5:30. Like it's 6:30 in Bolivia.
I can understand you.
Okay. Maybe I can give you the lesson tomorrow, but at 6. Gracias.
I don't know, because I guess that is a collective exercise. I need like by the speech, you start to take into account the arguments of Nicolas and Carla. So if I put it separate, we cannot have that.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. No problem. I am going to take the lesson at 8. It's no problem.
yeah, thank you. But even if you cannot use your camera, I will take the decision to avoid it, and it's just a special case because I am asking to you two requirements, and also just because I guess that is we talked yesterday with Paula in our speaking call, and I will put it in context because I guess that situations affect us. Not just in our mental issues, but also I guess that at some point we can create a difference in the things that we do daily. The resume, because for me it sounds like the resume is like we had an old woman, a really old woman that she had like panic attacks and had like a lot of medication. And one day she broke her leg, and basically for that she started to have a lot of proceedings because she is considered as a homeless. She doesn't have any documentation and nothing at all. And just for that reason, because the physicians cannot raise some money because of the surgery or the like cleaning process and etc., they start to postpone that proceeding. For that reason, the hole in the leg was huge and etc. And they put a lot of metals for her recovery. Yesterday, when I had like the speaking call with Paula, like minutes before we start to have like an hemorrhage, but the ambulance can't arrive because at some point here in any hospital, even private, they will take an space, an emergency for her. So they are here, an amazing team, are physicians and etc. And they try to stop it, the hemorrhage, and yeah, was like hard. And they start to call to all the hospitals and have attention with all the people that they know here, even share, offer them money and etc. But just because, as I understand, maybe Nicolas can give me other guidelines, but as I understand here in Bolivia, they have like a public system, and if the patient didn't pay for all the commission or the surgery and etc., the physician can't have like a commission by the proceeding. And just for that reason, can they are not putting the best of them, and actually like the whole system is wrong because they don't have any beds and etc. I don't want to put the history large, but yesterday at 3 a.m., just this old woman died basically in her hands. And that puts you in as a professional. They need to, I don't know what is the medical proceeding, but at the point of the infection, they need to cut the leg, que es como hacer la amputación. But they need a sign by their like brother or sister or whatever, that has like the guarantee of their life, of her life. But she's a homeless. She doesn't have anybody. And they didn't accept just a paper. They didn't accept that the refugee takes the guarantee of her life. And she died. And that is something that it's so easy to fix it with. In Colombia, is just a declaration about she doesn't have anybody. She needs someone that can get put responsible about. And in Colombia, that is so easy to have this proof. So for me, it sounds like completely unexpected, but also it's just incredible. But how is that system is working here? And as a lawyer, it's like for me, it's so frustrating. And of course, that they have been living with this old woman for 5 years or 6, that they are taking charge of her. But for me, it's incredible, and it's the first time that I have contact like so deep and close with death, and even not emergency. It's no way to call an ambulance because she needs like blood instantly, and it was really hard. And we were discussing yesterday with Paula, and at night was the horrible night that I ever had in my life. And so I guess that I have like some like nervous expressions because it was just the first time. But I didn't imagine that the situation, like in my country, everything is so bad with health system that I never imagined that exists a country with more issues than us. And last night I discovered it. And I guess that we need to use our profession for change that reality from the point of view that we are, from the point of view as a lawyer, as an human rights defender, from the point of view an international business forum. I don't know, but I guess that because of the knowledge and or experience, we need to use all of that we know, and we know how to manage or deal some cases for try to help other realities, not just accept that we cannot do something. And I want to share that because that is my work also. Share what I'm living, share what I'm doing, and takes me by surprise. So tonight, as I told you before, we will talk about marketing for lawyers. This is a topic that is completely new in our area, because before all this social media bomb, we didn't discuss that was so important, like to share and show what we can do online. And also before the pandemic, we didn't discuss these kind of issues because the way that we sell everything and that we sell ourselves was really different. And now with this, when we are talking about strategies, process, how we capture win clients. It exists like a wave to a lot of professionals that start to take advanced course in marketing, and lawyers aren't the exception. A lot of courses, especially in Spain, are working about how we can start to sell our services. And the first position that they have is we have a lot of ways to do it, but the hardest thing about our services, and I guess that same as Carla, for example, if I have any product, I can sell it to you talking about the content, the benefits. I can invest in publicity. I can invest in all the marketing about how I present the product. I do like quality test, and I create the whole context, cover the product for make it the most attractive one to my customers. But when we are selling something that is untangible, that I cannot smell it, touch it, that I cannot use it like physically, it gets more complicated because we need to understand what we are selling. And it's a really deep and intern process. And I want to ask you, Carla and Nicolas, from your profession, what are you selling? This is a conversation, right? It's a class, but it's a conversation. I want that you try to figure out, take a few seconds or minutes. What are you selling with yourself? Like from your professional way, what are you selling? I want to listen. ¿Qué dicen? ¿Quién da más? ¿Quién da más?
Mm, personally, I believe that I can sell solutions for people's problems. Maybe trace a legal path and interpret the situation.
What more?
Maybe I'm selling assistance to people who need, I don't know, in other country or in other context, if they need even Mexicans that want to travel. I think that I'm selling assistant, but also I think that I'm selling the image of a country. No, the mine, no mine.
Yeah.
If not the image of a country. Even in my profession, I think that it is my paper or my objective, my purpose to sell a image of a country for being for doing agreements, and I don't know, for working together, for doing friendly relations. I think that that's what I'm selling.
Nice. That is amazing. I guess that is a knowledge process that we need to understand and find with ourselves. Not just what I want to do with my career, with my profession, how I made my life, but it's also important what is the value that I am giving to the society. And I guess that I don't want to sound so reflective, but everything that we live, it's like going into a cage and helping you to define yourself and define your profession. Your profession is part of you. So in this marketing process, we need to identify, first of all, what is our value proposition. ¿Cuál es nuestra propuesta de valor? Yes, and it's general, of course, because we have a lot of areas where we can work, but it's also the work isn't exist when we need to identify like the most specifically way that I need to present this issue is I am giving, yes, consulting. I am solving issues. I am solving problems, troubles. What kind of troubles? That is part to define. Because then I will start to put all the general citizens and possible clients, in the case that in a law firm or when you are independent. In your case, Carla, depending of all the clients or users of the embassy or the people that is the objective of your profession. And of course, that exists a lot of differences when you are working for an state because it's kind of everything that you say is correct. You are the face of the government and etc. But also, you didn't like put yourself in the position to invest in marketing because the government is investing in marketing, right? For us, it's quite different if we are like in the litigation process or in the law firm or as an independent. And I'm telling you because you can take some tools that I'm giving you tonight and try to define yourself, but also try to understand that we do something quite different. But the reality is like, if we start to put it every time more particular, what is the thing that I am solving? And it's not just the area. I am solving issues by the company. What kind of issues? And every time that I start to put it, I start to define the clients and how I will attack them, how I will go in direct to them. I told you, sorry, I have movement. I'm in the pharmacy. um, how I will present my value proposed to them. And I cannot present it if I don't have an objective. So if I ask you, Nicolas, that you start to put it in a little bit more particular, what can be your answer?
Propose commercial solutions, guidance for starting businesses, and interpretation favoring small and medium companies.
Nice. Other thing that we need to identify, thank you so much for your intervention, is what about I am doing can represent a huge difference. Hello, Paula. Good night. I know you arrived home to get disconnected when I woke you up. Um, I will try to put it in context, then you know what we are talking. Uh, Basically, we are discussing about how this marketing works for us. The first thing that we discuss is what is your value proposition, cuál es tu propuesta de valor. And we can arrive to this answer every time that we are putting more particular the issue. We will have an objective and we can have some clients more specialized where we will refer our services. So if I ask you, what is your value proposal or what you can offer as a lawyer to one company or one client, what can be your answer?
My answer,
Yep.
but like professional,
Yeah.
like I don't know, maybe like I don't know, experience or maybe
Yeah.
like
Si yo te preguntara en español, porque vamos a hacer la traducción simultánea, yo te preguntara en español, Paula, ¿cuál es, qué, no solamente es que cuál es tu propuesta de valor, suena todo especializado, qué es lo que tú me vas a ofrecer que otro profesional no puede ofrecerme? Hablando de la carrera, ¿qué es lo que puedo encontrar con Paula que no puede encontrar Nicolás?
yo creo que
In
la
English.
experiencia.
In English, in English.
Experience,
What kind of experience?
like the experience in the practice, I think so.
Yeah, but of course, this is not a competence, and I'm just using this for reference, no. But I am trying to help you to design a strategy, and it's like, of course, the experience and some processes or some consulting. What kind of process?
Like taxes, process,
Yeah.
and consults. In my area, maybe like intellectual property.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
or
more?
corporative law, everything that includes in corporative law.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What you can do? What you can do for a company?
for a company, maybe for me, like create the company, like create the statements about the activities, about the votes, about the um, I don't know, las acciones, like the conditions of
Yeah.
sell
Shares. Shares.
the shares, yeah,
Mhm.
of sell the shares. Maybe like 3 months inside of the company, 3 months in between the how can I say it, like socios, like
Between the ¿cómo podemos decir socios? Between the
I don't know,
partners of the
partners.
company, yeah, the partners
Yeah, like yeah,
or the associates
yeah,
can be also
like
correct.
yeah, like create
Okay.
in, I don't know, maybe in no, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. I think so.
Okay. So we are here for learn, of course. This is something that because of I was telling that to Paula and to Esteban and I before. Of course, that is different when you are working independently. I don't know if I told you at some speaking calls or some of you, I cannot remember who. Basically, my boss traveled every weekend to my ex-boss travel every weekend to Canada for visit their child, right? And in a law firm, we have like a lot of roles, but the one that win the clients is the most important one because you can have a team that works for you, but win the client is the problem. And depends of your experience of about your goodwill. Remember that about the goodwill. Do you remember what it means? We saw it in our lessons. No, remember that.
Reputation?
Yeah, the goodwill is everything that is related with the reputation of a company, about how the people understand your business, like, and the concept that they have from your business. If it's a good quality service, if they have an amazing human talent on there, if they are like specialized on it. So we have the head, of course, that win an amazing clients, like in a golf or in a really nice restaurant and etc. But the hard work, we do the hard work behind. Without the client, we don't have any work to do. So every role in a law firm is really important. But when you are independent, that is my case, that we are like three, I told you, right? We are three like founders, one that is living in Belgium, I am traveling, and the other that is living in Colombia, but he also works with government. So everything, we just catch the clients and then we pay to other lawyers like the 65% of the whole case and they do it. But that represents for us freedom because we don't have the deep responsibility in the process. And all of this, we have been like 5 years in this project, even before we were lawyers. We start with that because we know that at some point of our career, we just want to leave everything and we start to work like baby steps on it. And just when I take, especially when we take the decision to go to other countries, was like, okay, this is, we need to start connected with our career just because of mental health. So we need to start to put more on there. And after that, we start like marketing campaigns, working with designers, and we start to work on this, and by experience, I can tell you what we learn or what I learned in this process. And I know that Paula, you are in the same way to win independence. And I guess that at some point Nicolas will do the same. So my idea is like tonight, you can take some tools that I learned with experience, and you can apply it for your next businesses or for your next experiences, and that is the plan. So you saw that when Paula started to tell us, yes, I can do this, it was more specialized and more specific. And that makes that the process to win clients be easier. Because with the thing that you listen, Carla, about Paula said, you know that your public objectives start to reduce themselves, right? If I am selling taxes proceeding for companies, I don't care are talking about family issues or try to win a divorce, even if I'm a law firm, because I am selling a specialized process. And even if we have a law firm that we manage a lot of areas, we need to start to define different marketing campaigns depending of the client that I want to win and the type of the client that I want to win. Actually, other part is study all the competitors. If I need to win a company, we'll talk about I don't know, company that I don't know, cell phones or something. And I know that they have, the huge companies that some, and in the most of the cases, they manage something that is called an external legal service. Rara vez ellos tienen un equipo jurídico propio. Generalmente tienen un jefe de departamento que contesta como lo más urgente, pero generalmente tienen firmas externas, ¿sí? Que le maneja cada caso, en temas civiles, en temas penales, en temas laborales. Yeah, like it's the way that we identify what kind of client we have, depending on the company, of course. So we need to identify that, but also we need to identify if we want to sell like a product or a package. What sounds better for us talking about economy? Where I can win more, if I am doing a consulting or if I am starting to make responsible about all the cases, because that means under a lot of points of view, more stress, more management, I need to pay more lawyers and etc. But also maybe I can win more, right? More effort, more money. When we are planning or a marketing strategy, we need also to define, and as I told you at the beginning, for us it's quite hard because we are not selling a product. We are selling a promise. A promise that my legal team, that my knowledge, that my experience, that all the situations that I have been in front of my professional life would give me all the tools and experience to deal with all your issues in your company. And win that confidence when we are so young, because we are young, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. You need to show them that at some point you don't will give them more problems than solutions. And that is so difficult because you have in the same planning other law firms that have like 20 years of experience, and you cannot change that, of course. So there is the point when you need to start to put all your tools to show them that they need you. I will explain you our case. Between all the alliances that we have between academical and etc., we have around 8 languages. And that means, I don't know if I told you at the beginning, we start to catch clients in other languages. We have clients from France, Brazil, and UK. And it's something that, of course, is the result is professional, but the beginning was just a hobby. We have like one of my best friends is just a polyglot. She speaks 7 languages, right? So we start to take advantage of that particular scenario that is completely personal, just because she loves it and she travel and etc. And we start to take this, that is the difference that we have in the market, because in Colombia we have a lot of lawyers. So and win and catch clients is really hard. But I don't know if we discussed this at some point, but we start to take advantage of that, and that is the reason why I am here. Not just because I don't know, you can prepare a lesson. No, is how with the things that you can do and with the position that the lives gives you, how you will take advantage of that, and how you will present that you can sell and be the solution for them, right? Other thing that I want to explain you tonight is what is our goal. ¿Cuál es nuestra finalidad? ¿Qué es lo que nosotros queremos con una específica compañía o con un cliente específico, right? What is the thing that we want to win with them? With a process, win as a client, and here it's something that sounds by Carla and for all of you, we work for our reputation. When we start to win cases, you start to win client, like the same client will text to you. We have the case of really old woman that manage all the real estate. She have a lot of properties in Colombia, in Bogota. And one day she had an issue and she arrived to us and it's trying, we do the work and she liked it, but it's not also, that is like client care protection. It's not just, oh yes, I did the process. No, it's how we deal with the client, how we explain to the client what is happening, because they don't understand or specific vocabulary or legal terms. They want someone that traduce them what is happening in the legal life. You know what? That girl arrived to us like 3 years, and every problem that she had in their life, like that she needs lawyers, we are there. Every business, we win the client. And I guess that when we are independent, this is the thing that we need to create, the confidence, like the family have, like the lawyer of the family. And that just happens when you have good results. And good results is not also win all the process. No, because we lose it. We are humans. Is how we deal with the specific situations and how we help them to reduce the loss as much as we can. Or if not, be honest and understand that maybe because of the experience, because of other acts of other lawyers, and be real, right? Now, then in 2 minutes, we will. Other thing that is just a sales strategy is to create a service ladder. Es crear una escalera de servicio, una escala de servicio. And the thing is, this is what we spoke with Paula, that we were discussing about how much money the company of your mom paid by a consulting of a law firm that was something like $800 per session. Yeah. If you're trying to win the consulting, you can, of course, have a lot of lawyers with that experience and etc. But sometimes it's we can start to sell just a free product, like a consulting. We can also a capacitation. We can also offer like a service that for you doesn't mean lose your time, that for you can be also experience, and do it for free, right? But then from like the example is like going to up, right? We have 20 that we give that consulting, then like for free. Then they will start to ask questions, and from there we will start to select and try to make that they pay something that don't sound ridiculous for them. $20, $30, but that result cheap. For every time that you start to put a lot of your experience and a lot of your effort, the idea is you start to win a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's like you can show them that they need you, but with your results. And the idea is like in the top of this pyramid, you can have a client like que tú, esto es todo el tema que te venden de procesos de fidelización de clientes. The idea, make it a resume because of the time. The idea is like you can make that company, if you are a law firm, choose you over the others because of your creativity, because about how you deal with issues, because of your experience, your personal experience, the languages that you speak, the tools that you manage, like what in the case of Paula Nicolas, that you are a lot of related with corporative sector. It's like make that the client fall in love with you because it's your little baby. You need to take care of them. So if they are not asking, it's like I will give you an example. If they're are not asking because they don't need it, but at some point in one meeting you can talk about Paula. Paula, I will give you the example with Paula. That gives me a little bit more of information. Hey, you are talking with the CEO, etc. Hey, you know what? I have been studying in Spain and like course about taxes, and I have a lot of perspectives and new perspectives and new tools that I learned on this course, and I really wanted to share with you, but not with you, just with the people that is working with you, because for me it's important strategy that as a lawyer, and you are the biggest of my clients, that you grow up. So I want to offer you, if I can do a capacitation of a course, a really simple one where I can simplify all the new knowledge that we are winning in our law firm or in my studies or in my post-graduation studies. And I want to do it for free. And then you start to put all this scale that I show you. Because we are human, or career are human relationships. And that is something that the best law firm in your country want to do because they are not interested, because they have a lot of clients. So that is something that we learn with time. And then we start to connect ourselves with academy. And for do this kind of things, it's not necessary that you stay in the same country. You can start to connect it. Then when they need to do a capacitation in labor law, whatever, they will call you or they will ask by a suggestion. And then you will start to refer some of your friends and etc. It's like a huge machine that we need each other for work, for that everything works. So that we will do. And in the way that we are selling the promise about what we do, what we can do, what we can create, just be honest about what you can do, what your team can do. And never try to sell more than what your experience can give to them. Try to win clients that be with you, but also, or I can't remember again who I was sharing that. And keep always this in your mind. The client that pay less is the most annoying one. So try to be selective with what kind of issues you want to stress with. Because at some point, it's more the stress and energy that you waste on someone that won't worth your time. The one that know about the quality of your work will be someone that won't feel afraid about invest, because they say your service as an invest. So to make that the company have a really good consultant in front of the legal part or the legal department of the company that will represent that in the future I won't have problems. And this happens perfect in the corporative sector. That is something that me, that I'm working with other issues, we start to have the same tools but representing in other areas, because we didn't need to catch clients, we need to catch investors by UE, for example, if we want to develop a project, sorry. So it's the same. You need to show them that they need you. And that is not just about how you dress, how you speak, how many languages you speak. No, it's what is the personality behind that amazing lawyer that can be Nicolas, that can be Paula, or that amazing international consultant of the embassy that can be Carla, right? What is the personality behind the scene? If I change all my clothes and I buy the car of the year, that would change the sense about who I am, about who is the personality behind the scenes of that profession. Something that you think about and solve with you. With that, we will finish our lesson. It was a pleasure sharing time with you. I will just turn on the test. So I will please ask you that you read it. So easy, just 2 questions. Now it's open. Now, if you have some questions, we will solve it. I am not that rude. And breaks my heart that today Esteban asked me like, hey, how I can manage like all the sessions that I lost. But I sent a message the day that my supervisor sent me like, hey, you need to send a report about the missed sessions. I don't like to be the rude professor. I like to be the cool one.
And how come I know my note?
Nah, no worries. I am seeing here. La van a ver cuando presente las notas.
Oh, me voy.
Súper fácil, ¿no?
Yep. Yeah, it was easy.
Ah, súper. Carla. Y listo, entonces no hay dudas, ¿no? En la primera era copyright, todo súper bien. En la segunda es trademark. Recuerden que en español, en Colombia le decimos la cascarita. Trademark. Mark es solamente la cáscara. Que en un contexto muy general está correcto también, es como la marca. Pero la idea de estas cositas de selección múltiple es identificar la más idónea. Bueno, esa. Y la última es Goodwill, que se las di dentro de la clase. Así que está súper duper. ¿Listo? Listo. Vamos a finalizar. Y ahora no me deja descargar los resultados. Esperen un segundito. Y ahora vamos a lanzar la encuesta de la profe. Y así quedamos. Entonces nos vemos mañana. Ya se me olvidó la hora. ¿A las 8? ¿O a las 8:30? A las
Sí,
8:30.
8:30, hora Bolivia.
Y ya mañana terminamos con esto. Las notas yo se las envío a mi supervisora y les envía como un mensaje diciéndole la nota final, el proceso para la obtención del certificado. Y bueno, cuando necesiten, cuando quieran ir a mi país o lo que sea que necesiten, súper abierta y súper dispuesta. Es un placer conocerlos. Y ya, mañana no me quiero poner sentimental. Nos vemos mañana, entonces, no sé, pongan a desvelarse buscando la información de los tratados. No, si se quieren inventar los tratados que se firmaron, es un tema más de quiero ver qué estrategias de argumentación pueden utilizar. No me importa lo que digan, los números que digan, las cifras que digan, las afectaciones que digan. Todo eso puede venir de su creatividad, ¿sí? No, no me interesa que sea lo que dice Wikipedia, no. Y bueno, nos vemos mañana entonces. Me alegra que esté claro el ejercicio. ¿Alguna duda? ¿Inquietud? ¿Sugerencia?
Thank you very much, Gali.
Está
Goodbye a todos.
Goodbye. Goodbye a todos.
Goodbye. Thank
Buenas
you, Gali.
noches, a México. Serás bien recibida.
Ay, seguro que sí. Cuando no quieras ir a
Con los-
Colombia también.
muchas gracias. Con los brazos abiertos vas a hacer.
Claro que
Nos vemos
sí.
mañana.
Adiós.
Descansa.
Tú igual, descansa.